Welcome, everybody, to Amateur Hour Commentary. We are here tonight for a North American Pro League match between Scrub Squad and Chronic Mastigators. I am the Wolf Craze, and joining me is Raptor Claw. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a really good weekend. It started off real hot out here in Chicago and started cooling off, so it's nice to get a little break from that. How's it by you? How was your weekend?
Actually, it hasn't been so bad. I think more Midwest and West Coast actually got more of a heat storm than we did. I was actually out mowing the lawn today, and it was bearable. It was it was a perfect temperature right between fall weather and summer weather. So I was happy about that. Yeah. What's up, Vong? How you doing, dude? Yeah, I hear Cali is super hot. A couple of my friends who live in Vegas, they were doing a stream and just pouring sweat, like struggling big time.
The good thing is that they don't have all that humidity.
That's true. Yeah, there's a difference between between heat. Like there's like a Florida heat, which is like just hot, and then there's like a humid heat, and God, that humid heat sucks.
That's what we have.
Yeah. But anyway, we got a match tonight, guys. Scrub Squad, Chronic Mastigators. Now, we've talked a lot about the Scrub Squad simply because, well, Titch is on it, and so we have to. But also because they are in the number 2 spot right now in terms of the leaderboard, and they're sitting up there pretty comfortably. So, like, Rap, why don't you talk a little bit about the importance of tonight's match?
Well, as this is the very last game of the regular season, really, if Chronic Mastigators, how it's going to turn out, if they pretty much get 14 points today, they'll make it to the playoffs. So right now, for the playoffs, we have in first, we have Rain, we have Scrub Squad, American Kill Squad, and they're in no matter what. And then after that, it's either going to be Gag or Chronic Mastigators, depending on if they make those 14 points tonight. So it's a pretty important game for both of those teams to see if they can make it.
If 14 points isn't too hard, I mean, it can be kind of hard to accomplish depending on what team you're going up against. But if you really consider, like, if Chronic Mastigators right off the bat get 2 wins with 2 aces, I mean, they're already at 8 points. So
Exactly. And looking at the roster right now, I see End Zone's in the room, Boss Sniper, Joe Magic Ninja, and Psy Lizard for Chronic Master Gators. It was hard to predict, not knowing, with all the people they have on their team.
yeah, and that is a very strong lineup. I know Joe Magic has really, I don't want to say he's been carrying the team, but he's kind of been carrying the team. He's a very strong player and usually is one of the last members alive during the rounds. But before we actually get into the match, which it looks like we may be going in, I don't know if they're going to be testing or not. I'm going to try to keep my ears open.
Me too.
But real quick, I just want to let you guys know I am going to go over both teams' scores and games across the season just to kind of get an idea of where they stand on the number of wins and losses and how many aces about average approximately. But before that, why don't we just get into the game here? Here we are on District, and good luck to both teams.
It looks like this is an actual start of the match.
Are you ready?
Very nice. Okay, so this is a notorious map for the Scrub Squad. They generally don't like it. They perform fairly well, but it is definitely one that they are not comfortable with. And Titch is running with Eagle Eye, which is probably smart for them at this point.
Yes, back right. Okay. Believe we got somebody in. Okay, so 2 are going far left. So 2 and 2, both sides. Okay.
What's going on, Hank? How you doing? Yeah. Welcome in.
I would be actually what I found is.
I don't think we should push in the middle.
No, we should. No, listen.
I can put some.
Listen,
props
shut
here.
What's up, Leo, bro?
Listen carefully.
Oh yeah.
From the middle, it splits both ways. There's 2 in this back corner. If we can get into
So it looks
this
like
alleyway,
Titch is having a
we
little
can throw
meeting
grenades into
with
the
his
back-
team trying to make a
into the
plan.
back alley, hopefully taking the 2 guys out over here, and then be able to fall back and do whatever we need. So if we go through middle, people can draw fire from the right side. People go in, from the taxi.
So it looks like they just
Some people go
finalize
into the
their
left
plan,
and
are
throw
going to
grenades
split
over
up and try to
the
make their
walls.
way in.
Good.
Yeah, it sounds like they want to head towards the parking lot and split from there, which I caution sometimes, but I get what they're trying to do. They want to try to get that jammer first and get the hack to draw CMG to them. Now, when they played us, that was a big fault of theirs because they didn't have enough coverage and they weren't sticking together. If they try to split here, they need to at least make sure they're 2 and 2.
Looks like Titch has already made it to the front to where the laptop is, so trying to peek around the back corners to try to find some.
And he made a good point. The team really wants to focus on trying to get 2 eliminations here.
Somebody go with that.
Real quick. 2 on one side, 2 on the other.
It's like a Karen getting revived, barely making it out of that hallway.
I got him.
I see blind firing around the corner. Needs to be careful. Karen barely getting away.
Like Titch trying to throw a couple shots in, but actually getting very red on the exchange.
Got a couple of hits himself. Sai is hurt, but standing strong with the taxi.
The next time they see you, you could get just impacted right there.
Can somebody help me fire over the side?
Looks like they are triple firing down that right hallway. Couple grenades going out.
Again, trying to use a tactic, get a couple eliminations in one alley before moving to the other. Really, they need to get this jammer first.
And Titch was getting red, and I am not really sure where he got hit from. He did have some good cover.
Come on, where's this jammer?
The jammer
kinda confused
is
himself.
literally on this wall right here. It's on this wall. Does anybody have any impacts?
No. Fuck. Whoa. Watch out.
Looks like he got the jammer, and they're going in for the hack. So they're going to actually try to defend the laptop now.
Nice grenade by a Karen. Now this is going to force CMG to push in. They need to cover both alleys here. It looks like End Zone goes down.
Also, and does get revived by Hellrain.
Okay, one's going around. One's going
Sai
around.
getting the revive on End Zone. 2
Right
left.
side.
Hellrain going down also.
Sai down and Hellrain.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Great cover by Titch. Getting the revive. Couple grenades going out. And it looks like Sai is eliminated along with his teammate.
Behind you.
And they do get the win.
That's it.
Proxy I brought.
There's so much energy behind Scrub Squad right now. They're
Oh,
screaming
yeah,
and
they're
yelling,
pumped.
trying to make calls here. So much adrenaline pumping in their veins that they didn't even realize they got all the eliminations and the ace as well. So they get their first victory, and to sweeten the pot, they get the ace. So it's a total of 4 points to start off, and hopefully that momentum carries them. Now, this is one of their weaker maps.
Yeah,
So,
it is,
I
and they
mean,
did actually a really good job. And I'm sure Chronic Master Gators are getting a little worried right now, seeing that ace going against them.
sure. Yeah, that particular spot can be difficult to defend because there's not a lot of great places to put the jammer. It's usually in one of those alleyways, which is exactly where they predicted.
And you can't make it very far down there at all, so it's
Yeah.
pretty easy to take it out.
So yeah, it's pretty critical at that point for like if someone is going to approach that jammer location, you try to get the eliminations quick, but they just couldn't. It looked like Titch was bobbing and weaving and getting out of there just before. He was by the skin of his teeth, man.
Yeah, he was actually hurt a couple times, so he was lucky.
Wow, we missed a whole lot here. Oh no, I'm in the wrong chat. Okay.
Chuckamus, how's it going, man? Good to see you here. Karen, here as always.
What's up, Karen? How you doing, Rabbit?
Got a couple members of the gag squad.
Yep. Yeah, this is critical.
Anxious about this match.
Yeah, this is critical. So far, I'm sure that victory by the Scrub Squad is putting them at ease just a little bit.
I actually didn't expect that them to get an ace right off the bat, because, like I said, that CMG team is a really good team.
Very good team, very strong. Cy and Joe specifically, I watched those guys a lot, and both of them very solid players. Not to take away from Endzone or the Boss Baby, they're also very fantastic players. But I haven't actually seen them play too much with CMG. But then again, we haven't really covered them that much either.
I haven't seen a lot of those members in Publix too often either, so I'm wondering how often they play, because I rarely see them anymore as I used to.
Yeah, but like you said, I agree. Solid team. But while we wait for them to go back into district, I just want to quickly go over Scrub Squad season a little bit. First, they went up against Rain, who is in the number 1 spot, and they beat them 5-3, got 3 aces. In their second week, they won 6-2. Third week, they won 4-4. Week 4, they got 6-2. Week 5, 4-4. Week 6, 5-3. And their only definitive loss was against GAG in week 7, where they lost 2-6. For the most part, it looks like they have about an average of 3 aces per game. So that really speaks to their skill. At least more than half of their wins are aces. So let's see if they can actually maintain that average as we enter the next round here on District with now the Scrub Squad on defense.
Okay, it looks like they're going to hold it back out that way. If you hear Jesse's kind of freaking out, what do we do? What do we do?
Yeah,
Titch.
This is actually a pretty decent defensive spawn location, though.
I do like this spot. If you do have a sensor, I like to put in that middle hallway, and you have the 2 other ends covered, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, and there's plenty of distance between that back alley and the vehicle, where I think a Karen or Hellrain is sitting at. Where even if grenades were to come out, you can run right to the right and have plenty of protection.
Exactly. Thank you for the 100 bits, Karen. Appreciate it. And having that wall as cover is greatly helpful, because anytime they do go down, it's pretty easy to get a revive back.
Yeah, and that's critical. CMG is moving up through the alley adjacent to the market here. Not really sure which direction they want to go yet.
I haven't seen CMG with Eagle Eye, so it doesn't seem to be one of their tactics.
Okay, grenades coming out. Grenades.
Back up.
No hits. Running to safety was a Karen.
Couple grenades going out, taking out a Karen and Jesse B. Truckin.
Oh, wow.
Good grenade.
2 eliminations right off the bat, leaving 2 members of squad left.
Titch downing Boss Baby, getting revived, and then Titch going down. Not being able to get the revive, and he goes down also.
Hellrain downing and eliminating Boss Baby.
There you go.
It's the last
Hellrain
ever.
does get eliminated by Joe Magic at the end.
But you know what? They stole the ace away from CMG. All that's left now is to get the hack and get their first victory of the evening.
I would have had one down. Jesse ran right in front of my bullet.
That was a great grenade by Silas.
That was fantastic. That turned the tables so quick.
And listening to their chat right now, they had no idea that grenade was even at their feet.
Yeah, sometimes the way that CMG angled those grenades, it like went right up. It was so vertical and just dropped and bounced. When you're
That's actually a good tactic.
It's very good when you're so focused. All your attention is straight down to the back alley. You're not really going to be attentive to the grenade flying up over the roof.
Exactly. I've died many times that way. Like, how did I die? And then they're like, oh, there was a grenade. I'm like, I didn't see it.
Didn't even see it. Yeah.
It was there. Hey, Karen, how is your night going?
Yeah, you ever got that double kill?
That was me. Yeah, that was me. Come along.
Okay, looks like
that
they
was
are
beautiful.
going to office now.
I believe that would be Scrub Squad's pick, as they love Office. It's probably one of their best maps.
Yes, they did say it was their pick.
And real quick, Chronic Mastigators, I want to review their season so far. In week 1, they did technically win the round, but because a player was not approved yet to play, unfortunately, that resulted in a forfeit. Week 2, they got a win against GAG, 5-3. Week 3 was their break week. Week 4, they tied American Killer Squad in 4-4. Round 5 or week 5, they went up against Rain and lost 3-5, but they got an ace. That is admirable against the number 1 team right now. Week 6, they went up against Looney Tunes, won 6-2 with 2 aces. Round 7, they went up against NWG, won 3-5. Week 8, NWG Black and White won 7-1. So yeah, pretty decent. It looks like they had a rough start kind of at the beginning. That break week in week 3 and that forfeit in week 1 probably set them back the most. While everybody was gaining points, they had initially lost some points. They did get their win in week 2, but for the most part, it wasn't until about week 6 that we started seeing a little bit more momentum in their favor, and it wasn't until week 5 that we really saw a consistent number of aces. So it went like 1, 2, 2, and 1. So I would say on average they're getting about 1, maybe 1.5 aces. I know we don't really do decimals, so I'll just round up 1 to 2 aces per game.
That's actually the only reason they're not on par with the Scrub Squad, because they almost have close to about the same amount of wins and losses. It's the aces that the Scrub Squad have that threw them way ahead.
Yeah. And here we go, entering office with CMG starting off on defense.
Looks like they want to cut them off at the bottom of the stairs like they tried with us.
Yep.
And it's exactly what they did, except Titch going down getting revived.
I think CMG was expecting this.
Exactly.
Still not able to revive. Karen and Jesse go down. Titch also still down. And it looks like CMG getting their victory and an ace.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it didn't work out for them this time.
Yeah, even expecting it. They were trying to cut them off right from the start, and just they got ahead of them on grenades and took them out quick.
What's up, Shady? Thank you for the bits, dude. Really appreciate that. How you doing, Timber? Don't worry about being late. You didn't miss much.
What's up, buddy? Ooh, and Hawks win. Sorry, that's just a personal thing that I had to find out about. Good to know. Good to know. I had no clue.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate it. This is going to be the last match and the regular season for North American Pro League Division. And right now, it's just this is critical for CMG and GAG.
Right now, CMG's at 7 points, so they need 7 more. Yeah, they're halfway there. I bet GAG is kind of getting a little nervous right now.
Sure, understandable. And this is it's strange. Scrub Squad performed pretty well on District, which is one of the worst maps. and they quickly got eliminated with one of their typical tactics here on Office, which is one of their stronger maps. So if this is telling of how the night is going to be, I don't know, we might see another upset.
Or it's up in the air. It's kind of hard to tell because they are, the first game they blew them away, but it was close, and then it's kind of hard to tell because the second one was a quick rush. They didn't have too much time. It was just throw grenades. They were eliminated. So hopefully we'll be able to get a better view of how they play in this match.
And speaking of maps, what other maps do you predict we're going to see? We've already seen District and Office.
I kind of feel like Embassy might be one for CMG.
Oh, okay.
One of their maps that they used to pick, at least back in the North American days, Firewall League days. So I'm not sure if they're still doing the same type of thing, depending on which members are playing. So I'm not sure if they have specifics, but I kind of feel like that one, and then maybe Containment.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say Embassy myself, but I was leaning more towards the Scrub Squad picking that one since it is one of their favorite ones, or at least it's one of Titch's favorite.
Right.
And I was going to say Containment myself, but who knows? Maybe we'll see a random map today that we haven't seen in a while. CMG starting off in the Passport office, quickly moving to the kitchen. Scrub Squad setting up away from the ping pong table. And again, this is another very typical strategy of theirs, sitting just in a parallel hall to the lobby stairs.
And it's a good spot because even if they hack it, it's a good spot to be able to push in and try to attack the laptop.
Yeah, and the difficulty for the attacking team here is Titch currently in his position, he can see the opposing stairs and quickly get someone as soon as they get onto that second floor platform. And then his teammates who are to his right are going to be monitoring the lobby stairs. So pretty much everything is covered at this point. As the attacking team, it could be difficult to get to the laptop. Well-placed grenade, not finding its mark. CMG successfully evading it. Peeking around the corner, and it looks like Psy goes down along with Boss Baby. Karen getting those two downs. Vibes were there still. It's a 4v4. Retreating back up the lobby stairs.
Looks like they're going up to heal for a little bit. A couple of them look hurt.
Boss Baby maybe going around to the back stairwell perhaps, which may not be advised.
I did just hear Justy say that they were going that way, so they are pretty much ready for it. And I feel like that's not a very good way to come down.
No, not a lot of cover. At this point, you want to try to have enough cover fire. And here we go. Lizard making it across, going for the hack on the laptop. This is going to force the Scrub Squad to push in. They caught the Scrub Squad out of position. And,
ooh, and it looks like they hit him head on. And they down to Jesse and Titch. But Hellrain came to save the day.
Jesse downing end zone and Boss Baby getting that elimination.
Looks like Karen
goes
also
down.
get eliminated.
Ping-pong table. One's kitty corner. Going upstairs.
Joe Magic providing cover fire on the second floor.
Yeah, gun down. One's
Hellrain
going
eliminating Joe Magic Ninja.
You're good. Get the guy down low.
They're trying to hit Lizard here, who is valiantly defending the laptop, but unfortunately is eliminated by the double fire. Jesse getting the credit for that elimination. Scrub Squad getting another victory, but boy, was that close.
That was very close. They adjusted their defense on the fly, but just didn't work out.
Yeah, Psy he took the opportunity that was presented to him. The Scrub Squad got out of position. And he was able to sneak all the way over to the laptop. And unfortunately for CMG, they couldn't defend him while he was hacking. Couldn't defend him well enough. But, Psy sat there
One hell of a good gun,
with what I would say probably the most confidence I've ever seen someone sit at a laptop before.
He was ready.
What's going on, Rob? How you doing, dude? Thanks for joining, man.
Thank you for the bits, Timber, too.
Yeah, it did go different for us, Timber. Yeah, unfortunately, for that office. But we weren't prepared for it. We weren't thinking about it.
Jesse.
Yes.
For some reason, I think your video might be behind mine because it feels like I'm seeing the.
Keep.
Yeah,
I've
I've
I don't know
noticed.
why.
But, okay,
I've noticed
every
Titches is
single time it
behind.
happens.
I'm telling you on
Every
this
single
one,
time
no.
it happens.
I'm full videoing you this on this one. No.
Okay. Just wanted to give you a heads up because I noticed that you were calling him later than I saw him.
Yeah, I'm trying to delay some of the things that I'm saying because I noticed that you were ahead of me.
Gotcha.
And there's a reason for that.
Is the COVID bad there, Joe?
But thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. If you are new here, although I don't know if there is anyone who's new here tonight, be sure to hit that follow. I'm thinking YouTube all of a sudden. Please hit that follow button and also hit that bell notification icon. I encourage you to set it to all because if you don't set it to all, you won't be notified anytime we go live. You'll just get some sort of alert that we do, but not immediately. So go ahead and hit both of those. We are going to be covering the playoffs all the way to the finals. And speaking of which, who do you think is actually going to end up in the finals?
Well, I'm not sure how they're doing which teams are facing each other. I'm not sure if it's the first team and the fourth team.
Yeah, they're going with that.
Is that how it's
standard
going to go?
practice, yep.
Okay. Man, I do have a feeling that Chronic Master Gators are going to make it as they don't need too many more points to make it. Man, it's hard to judge. But honestly, in the end, I think Rain might take it.
Oh yeah.
Overall.
Okay. Who do you predict they're going to go up against in the finals? Because if it's first team against fourth and second against third, and we go with the current lineup, that means Rain goes up against GAG and Scrub Squad goes up against American Killer Squad. So if you think Rain is going to win, who do you think it is going to?
I think this time
either Scrub Squad or American Killer Squad.
I think this time Scrub Squad.
Okay.
It's gonna make it through GAG.
And here's a map that I was hoping we would see. We are here on Hotel.
Okay, it looks like they might be going to the rooms for the defense, the white rooms, which they are.
I don't understand why my video is so far behind.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same one, the Skype call.
Maybe Paco just has that better internet. Like CMG's on point right now, but Titches is behind for me by at least 3 seconds. It's okay.
Oh wow. Because it looks like they're set up in the white room. CMG, they put a couple ammo bags. Don't see any sensors.
I've seen a successful breach of this, actually not that long ago.
If you can get some good grenades in there and then try to push in as they're trying to figure out where the grenades are coming from, I think that's a good strategy.
Agreed.
Because otherwise, it's really hard to breach that small room with the double fire, because they're going to have the advantage to see you first. So they're going to be able to pump a couple bullets before you even realize where they're both at.
And depending on where CMG are set up, you could, from a certain angle, try to get a couple of shots in to one room without drawing the fire of the other. But like you said, it's got to be well-placed grenades. You got to know the position of where the enemy is.
Exactly. It looks like Titch is getting ready to throw a couple grenades out. Doesn't look like they're ready to push in, though. But here comes the grenades. And he is pushing in.
And quickly goes down.
Did get eliminated. He killed himself.
Joe eliminating a Karen, leaving 2 members left on the Scrub Squad. Hellrain and Jesse.
If anything, we'll flashbang it.
Flash it, and you gotta take at least one of them out or something.
Okay, just one flash.
Looks like now their strategy is to at least just take one out so they don't get the team ace.
I don't want them to see us on the motion. Okay.
I might have blown up the motion.
But there's still hope to win it. You know, if they
There is. They're using the
play smart.
flashbang, trying to push here.
Jesse
End
goes
zone
down. Hellrain gets eliminated. And end of the match.
Unsuccessful breach by the Scrub Squad, giving Chronic Master Gators another victory and an ace.
So 3 more points. They're in the playoffs.
Yep.
Think they're gonna make it?
You know, yeesh, if I were GAG, I'd be praying to every
that's what we were
god they
doing
can
too.
for Scrub Squad to pull something out of their butts. Because It's not looking good for them
And
right
Scrub
now.
Squad though don't look like they're playing their normal selves.
I ran a second
Besides
to
the
the
fact
game
that they're
on
playing
just
like a
as
pretty
the
good
last
team,
one
they're
went.
just seems like they're off.
Yeah, we saw that when they were going up against GAG as well. They just did not play their game. Now, I love GAG. I love the players on GAG, and they have really turned their skill around. Like from how we've seen them play in the past to where they are now. I don't know if it was the name change. I don't know if it was going back to the regular accounts. I don't know what it was, but this season they have performed very, very well, as it can be seen in the scoreboard.
Definitely.
But based on Scrub Squad's performance, they should have beaten GAG on stats alone.
Right. If you
And
looked at it on paper, you're right. They should have won.
and GAG just
I gotta be honest,
rolled
Destroyed
them.
them.
So, yeah, we saw them underperform there. We're kind of, I don't want to say that they're underperforming here. I just don't think they're using the strategies that they're accustomed to, but they're not executing. Like Titch,
Right.
he admitted, I screwed up there, guys. I went in way too soon and blew myself up. You know, like little mistakes like that, trying to rush, trying to go too fast.
That is kind of
Sometimes-
Titch's thing, though. He does like to just run in and sacrifice
I'm
himself. as we
so
talked
glad
about
you
before.
said it and I didn't. But yeah, I agree.
Not too much of a surprise on that little play, but probably didn't expect to kill himself with those grenades.
No, it was probably not the best bank off the door either.
No.
You know, I don't know if it fell short or if it bounced back, but I
But
don't
you
think
know
he
what?
was expecting it.
I've actually honestly thrown a couple grenades where it feels like they should be hitting that angle and they come right back. And it's like
Yeah.
the physics don't seem like they're right sometimes.
Yeah.
So I can see that being a mistake too.
I hope you guys are having a good night tonight. We are already 4 rounds in. We're going into our 5th, so we don't have much of this match left. It's going rather quickly, which isn't
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah.
a bad thing.
So lots of team practice. And you know what? Rabbit, who I actually played with a little while, maybe a year ago or so, I remember he did say with his team, he did like they had game plans for each map. Like they had, if we spawn here, this is how we do it. And it seems like a lot of teams are starting to do that.
It was really evident. Like when we first started watching GAG play, they were kind of confused, trying to figure things out on the fly, not really certain of how to approach certain spawns. And that was kind of their downfall. It took a little too long to get their stuff together. But this season, they knew exactly what they were doing each map, each spawn point. It was fantastic to see.
And
it
win or
shows.
lose, they had a good season.
They did.
So it looks like everything's pretty chaotic on the Scrub Squad right now.
Yeah, a couple of motion sensors here at the doors.
That's a weird defense too.
Watch out, grenades.
Yeah, I think they're trying to apply the pressure and throw CMG off just a little bit. Let's see if it works for them. End zone downing Titch.
Karen and Hellrain.
Bit of a double fire there. CMG.
Only 2 more members left of the Scrub Squad.
Hellrain and Jesse trying to survive the team here.
Underneath you, on the right. I've hit him 5 times.
Watch out, grenade behind you.
Okay, one's above you and Jim.
Joe Magic Ninja going down. Jesse
Shoot that fucker. Yes,
getting that,
Looks
but
like
there's
he's
side
about
with
to
the
get
revive.
revived.
And they didn't notice.
Give me up. Give me up. Oh no. Ah, fuck.
Ooh, but Hellrain and Jesse going down and getting the last 2 eliminated.
Kill one of them or no?
Oh, and Joe.
And it looks like another team ace
One person go upstairs.
by CMG, which solidifies them into the playoffs.
Or you mean down? Oh,
One go upstairs.
You know, I said it at the beginning.
I don't hear one.
I'll say it again. Joe has been hiking, carrying a
Dude,
lot
he
of
is good.
backpacks. He is so solid.
He's like the original rusher, like one of the original rushers who started this game where there was like that big group of just people that would constantly rush. He was
13 for them.
one of them.
I need.
Yeah. Well,
We have 2 wins.
the players who
They have
I ran with a couple of them, and honestly, it's not really my style. I'm not a person who's a very aggressive player. I mean, you've seen me play, If I'm in a 1v2 or 1v3,
Play smart.
I bait people. Like that's what I do.
You don't use your force. You just try to take it slow and pick them off slowly.
And that's because I can't shoot. But the people, like, I can't shoot nearly as good as some of these other players, like Joe and SoFlo.
Sell yourself
and
short on that.
I'm decent. I'm not gonna sell myself too short. I'm decent. I'm decent enough to get kills in games. But when I go up against people like Joe, like SoFlo, like Vong, like Frosty, like all these players who can just rush with confidence and get eliminations while rushing, that's something I just couldn't do. It was too chaotic for me, and I got confused, and I quickly went down, and people are yelling in my ear. And, but it really speaks to a player's skill if they can play that rushing game and shoot as well as they do. So, like, kudos to Joe. Rob says maybe if Titch was in a battle car, then he would have bounced that grenade better.
No, there's no point in that, is there?
Oh man, yeah. Well played, and it was a good season for you guys. You guys did a really good job, as we said before, and we'll be looking forward to see you next season.
Huh?
So that last round they won, but there were only 2 members up. What? Do we have the right number of aces? Did they get 3 aces, or did they only?
I think. Did they get it? This one, they did have an ace. You said?
No, they did not have an ace.
Oh, okay.
Just
Then
gotta
I think
win.
they only have 2 aces.
Whatever, if you want. Sure.
No, they did not.
No, there you go.
Yeah, no, it was just Cy and was it there at the? Oh, Joe. It was Cy and Joe at the end.
But that still did give them just enough points to make the playoffs, even without that ace. So.
Whatever. I think we're good over here.
Well,
Oh, look, I'm wearing the old
yeah,
side.
because we did district, we did office, and we just finished hotel.
Sorry.
3, 2, 1, here we go.
I think we short because you have 2.
I'm good. Too bad he can't hear you.
Oh, he can. Oh yeah, no, he can't hear Paco. Yeah, no, the score is right. He's calling you a cuck.
See, Titch is throwing all off today.
See, if Tish were here, he'd be giving Paco hell right now. It's like, no, man, flip it. See, that's how I did it before too, and I got hell. But anyway, we are here on Compound. Oh, my 2 favorite maps, man. Compound and Hotel. This is a great night.
He needs to focus more on the game than the
Yeah,
numbers.
he really does.
Straight across.
He almost actually already went down. A Kieran going down already.
I thought they were by the door.
Also getting eliminated. Titch throwing a couple bullets out, but he's real red. He goes down also.
Oh my god.
And eliminated.
Real quick defensive hold.
Okay, let's go to the front door. Let's go to the front door.
Wow, CMG not giving them any breathing room, just quickly rushing the front of the house.
Good job, Jesse.
Ooh, Jesse does eliminate the boss baby though with some grenades.
Yep.
Steals an ace away from them, which is good.
Yeah, I know it hit him a couple times, but he's hit me
Couple
too.
gunfire
One's
exchange.
going inside. Front door. Front door.
Titch give him some
slow
pretty
down,
good
Howard.
call outs.
Right, to your left, far left.
He's at the
Wait.
front still.
Oh shit!
Window.
Ooh, Jesse didn't see him. He goes down.
Turn around, turn around.
Turn around, door,
Front door open.
Joe goes down as well. It's an even trade. Getting the revive there.
There's a grenade behind me.
Grenade.
So Jesse gets eliminated and Hellrain getting eliminated, making it another win for CMG, but they did not let him have the ace.
5-2 now. CMG taking a prominent lead.
Wow.
Play them again.
They were not expecting that.
Not at all.
So it should be a very interesting playoff match.
Yeah, if they're going to be taking the 4th, we're going to see.
I think Rain and against CMG would be a pretty close match if CMG plays anything like they're playing like today.
Yeah. No, it was
No
not an
ace,
ace. They
Paco.
were short one. If we look at their Rain and CMG's previous game back in week 5, Rain won 5-3 and got 2 aces, and CMG got 1 ace. So that's it's pretty close. I don't recall.
Congratulations, making it into playoffs.
I mean, if there were only 2 aces by Rain, That means all games must have been fairly close. Must have been pretty good back and forth.
And a good thing about this league too, and with the teams, as Timber had mentioned it before, that a lot of these teams are only within a couple point difference and making it, a place or two below, and that makes a good season. Good competition having teams that are that close.
Yeah. I must admit, like, Rain and Scrub Squad have been so dominant. They seem like they're in a different, like they should almost be in a different league.
Yeah.
But, you're always going to have those outliers. But for the most part, yeah, I agree. Like the point difference between third and, what was it, ninth? Like, it really hasn't been a big gap. At least for most of the season, it hasn't been. I remember we were sitting like at least three or four teams in the 50s at one point.
And Titch liked to call us out on saying we were in the last place and everything, but we had forfeits and other little things. We popped up,
We did.
From ninth to almost playoffs. So.
And gosh, we tried. We tried.
2 points away. That's like.
It was so close.
Bad luck.
Titch counts his aces and leaders of maple syrup. Paco knows them.
Oh,
okay, so this is the final match already, huh?
Yeah, already. It was nice and quick. I know the Scrub Squad, they don't really change up their loadouts too much. It's pretty much the same. You see what you get, and you get what you see. The only difference would be that if Titch didn't run with Eagle Eye, which on most maps he doesn't. He's very specific on what maps those are. Still haven't really learned what they are, but maps like these that are so close quarter, he wouldn't run with it. But yeah, here's CMG starting outside of the house, pushing their way towards the front.
It looks like Scrub Squad up on the balcony up top.
For having him play when he wasn't on the roster.
Which is probably the best spot to defend, being up top, being able to watch underneath them and put some fire.
For sure.
Looks like a Karen able to eliminate end zone already.
Very nice grenade. If Karen's known for anything on the Scrub Squad, it's his lethal grenades, man.
Titch seeing red.
Yeah, Sai getting a couple peek shots through the window.
A couple grenades going out. Titch is very, very red, so he's going to retreat to heal for a little bit. Looks like CMG going up the back stairs.
Titch going down. Austin getting that limb.
Impacts.
Don't push out that way. I got proxies there.
Two pushing that left.
Oh, for fuck's sake. One's behind.
Karen pushes out,
I doubled down, man.
downing Joe Magic, but he actually goes down also.
Nice trade.
Double down.
Just a bunch of downs, and it looks like Scrub Squad just gets eliminated.
I didn't have.
They got plowed through tonight, I will say.
Well, at least they got another elimination there.
If I had to guess the score, I was thinking it was going to be kind of even. It's crazy.
I mean, there are a lot of proximity mines. They have fortunately evaded most of them.
Actually, I don't. I'm gonna die. Oh shit, I'm alive. Whew.
They are looking for the jammer. There are only two of them, and they don't have a lot of time. They only have about 30 seconds, maybe just under.
It's like they just got the jammer, and they are hacking, and they will take the win.
Yeah, well, it's also hard to play.
And there it is, CMG getting the victory over Scrub Squad tonight with a score of 6-2, 3 aces in their favor. I'm going to agree with you. I've been agreeing with you a lot tonight, but I mean, you just speak truth. I was expecting a much closer match.
Especially after that first ace that they got, Scrub Squad.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is going to be a good setup for a good match, and then just destroyed.
Yeah, I think they just kind of, I don't know, they fell flat a little bit tonight, just similarly to how they fell a little flat against GAG.
It's actually all right, though, because they're still in the playoffs, and it's actually not really affecting them. Besides
Yeah, ultimately, it's not going to kick them out of any position. They're still going to hold that number 2 position, and they're going to be going up against, I believe, American Killer Squad? Depending on, oh man,
I think so, yeah. American Kill Squad. I think CMG is going to be 4th playing against Rain.
Okay, well, what's the score? You have 6, so that's 18 plus 3, 21, so 21 points. And you said we have to subtract some of
5, subtract 5.
subtract 5, so that's what, 16 points?
16, yeah.
So it's 9. Actually, I think.
Did they actually make it to third place?
Well, if we do, what's? Oh no. Okay, yeah. So if we just subtract the 5, with 93 plus 16, that's 9, right? 110. So yeah, no, I think they're going to be bumping American Kill Squad out of third place,
Oh wow, okay.
putting them in third, which means Rain will be going up against American Kill Squad, and we'll see a rematch between Scrub Squad and CMG. Wow.
Yep, that's what it's gonna look like. So they gotta
no.
they gotta get on top of it. They gotta get their practice in, and at least they were able to see the style that they played and kind of were noticed that CMG was very aggressive.
We were watching. He says final score 2-1, 6-1. I'm pretty
What?
certain we saw those aces.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said confirmed with the other team.
I
don't.
I really think they had the aces on those.
Yeah, they're blind or they're lying. I don't know what's happening, but I will go back and I will confirm. Like,
Jesse, get out of the way. Fuck. Jesse. Double time, get the fuck out of the
I mean,
way.
honestly, it really doesn't matter because of the points. They're gonna make it into the playoffs either way. And maybe it will change to third place, to fourth place. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they were there. Those aces. Not sure how all three of us would miss that.
That's the thing. We wouldn't.
Exactly. Titch is having an off day. He's not the one we listen to right now. right.
No, but he's making it a point anyway. Well, that was a fun round. Just a couple of, I think, shotguns and pistols. But that's actually going to conclude tonight's match and broadcast, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was a real quick one. I feel like we just sat down.
Yeah, it does feel like that for once. This is probably the shortest stream I've been a part of.
I mean, if we actually look at the counter over on Paco's share screens, 46 minutes.
And Paco knows when he's with me, it usually don't happen like that.
Yeah. Man. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Be sure to check out all the stuff below. We have socials down there, including Discord, Facebook, our own personal website. And I still have to put our YouTube link down there. But we do have a YouTube for all those who prefer that platform. So you guys can check us out there. I will be uploading these matches as we go along. We will not be streaming over there, or at least not yet. It's not in the stars as of right now. But what's up, Eddie? How you doing, man?
I did notice you've been pretty good with the Facebook. I've been getting a lot of the alerts for the matches coming up, and
I'm trying.
Definitely is helpful because it's given us the reminders. Like Timber actually came up today and said, "Oh, I got a Facebook reminder saying what time it was on." So good job keeping up with everything, and good job updating the Discord too.
Yeah, well, thank you, kind sir. I appreciate that.
It's looking good.
Well, that's all I got to say. Rap, you got anything to say before?
Nothing else. Just thanks. That concludes actually the Pro League, the regular season. Hopefully the playoffs will start next week. I don't think they made an official date or anything like that, but we'll keep you updated.
Yeah, be sure to join the Discord and Facebook to stay tuned. Apparently, I'm doing a decent job, so it's a good time to actually follow us there now. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been Amateur Hour Commentary, and until next time, folks, peace.
Later.
Hello, I love all this energy.